Well, good morning, folks. My name's Dave Mylan, and I'm the Economic Development Director here in Bucksport. And we're here to unveil a new degree program today, and we'll have some speakers. And then at the end of it, I'll be glad to answer any questions that you might have. So without any further ado, I'd like to introduce Mike Brennan, the town manager here in Bucksport.
Good morning, everybody. I am Michael Brennan, the town manager in Bucksport, and I will. David Key, our mayor, cannot be here, so I'm filling in for him. For any community to be successful, you need three things. You need good schools, good jobs, and people and family to fill those schools and work on those jobs. And this partnership between the four institutions really builds on that need. The associate's degree really is a culmination of work that began in 2010. And Dave Ballin's been behind that since the beginning. I've only been here a little over a year, so I'm riding on his coattails for this project. Back in 2010, we identified some needs. Verso had an aging workforce that they were trying to plan for the future. The town was concerned with losing our youth. You know, they'd graduate from high school and then go off to college and not want to come back because there weren't good jobs available. So we thought, there's an idea. How do we help fill Verso's need and help keep the kids in town? So that was really the seed that led to this program. The town was eager to support the mill, certainly, and especially if it would help retain the youth. And in 2011, the town council agreed to use tax increment financing dollars to help fund tuition for Bucksport graduates. In 2012, I believe it was 2012, the RSU and Eastern Maine Community College began a dialogue that led to this program, and that's where we are today. So from that, I'll let our next speaker speak more about it. Just give you a little history.
One of the unique aspects of this program is the funding itself. Is that the use of tax incremental financing dollars to actually pay for the tuition for the students who would then potentially become the future employees, for the mill. And so we couldn't have done a project like this without having that funding opportunity. Like I said, it's a kind of a unique opportunity to do that. The legislature has established the TIF program, but it's overseen by the Department of Economic and Community Development. And the Commissioner, George Gervais, here to talk about the use of the TIF funds, for this unique opportunity. So, Commissioner.
Well, thank you, and I apologize for being late. I appreciate you all waiting. And thank you for having me here today. I think this is an absolutely fabulous use of TIF revenues, or tax increment financing revenues, and I really hope that this catches on. And I don't know if everyone's aware of some changes to TIF law coming effective in October that we supported, but it expands the availability of TIF revenues for training and allows the use to go beyond residents so that the business can look beyond just the town, and it eliminates the 20% cap as well. So I think your timing is perfect, and I do hope this gets duplicated in other areas, and there's a reason that sign is up here. This is excellent thinking, and supports a Maine-based business that's been here for a long time. And I just can't say enough about this, and I thank you for the work you put into it. Thank you very much.
Next to speak is going to be the president of the Eastern Maine Community College, one of the partners on this, Mr. Larry Barrett.
Like the town manager, I came in this has been a project that's been ongoing for about 4 years. I came in the third year, and in about 6 months into my tenure here, I met with the the mayor and the council people and said, we're going to get this done. And I want to personally thank Dave because he's been part of this from day one. And it's a great partnership. As the commissioner mentioned, to me, it's all about the community colleges, the 3 E's. Economic development and education equals employment. And that's what the community college is about. And what a wonderful opportunity. We could never have done this without the partners here, without Verso being in the room, the town being in the room, the RS-25 in the room. So it's a very exciting thing. It's exciting to try to re-educate the youth of this area to say, this isn't the manufacturing jobs of your father or grandfather. It's the new manufacturing. And it's not just about the hard skills, it's about the soft skills, as we all hear throughout the state. And that's what's so great about this program, is because we went through a process with Verso directly to say, what is the ideal employee for your company? And they gave it to us straight and narrow, and we've worked very hard on that, and we've developed the curriculum. And we may start small with this program, but I think it's going to grow. And we got a late start because of the bureaucracy we have to go through to get certain programs approved and so forth. But we're here, and I've heard today from our enrollment people that we have 6 students enrolled. They're very interested to get going in the fall. We're going to start actually some of the technology programs and our soft skills. The other thing that's great about it is the modality of the education that we can offer. We're going to offer it just not locally on-site, but we're going to be offering it in Bangor, so other people potentially, they'll pay, unlike the town here in the 4 areas. But the modalities, we can do distance learning, we can do on-site right at Verso, and we can do ITV through communications through television. So we can't be more excited about this partnership, because the future of education is partnering with business and industry. It really is. And the days of asking for monies from people, we're going to have to partner and leverage and work together, because that's what the future of Maine is about. Thank you very much.
Next is obviously the company that we're here to to help partner with and how this whole thing came about. As I said, the town of Bucksport has always had a good relationship with Verso, and we communicate on a regular basis. And this is how this particular project came about in the first place, is that we asked them what are some of the challenges that the company is facing that maybe we can have some impact on. And one of the first things that got brought up was the future workforce and how we might be able to help with that. So we're really proud to be moving this project forward. So for representing Verso Paper Company this morning is the local mill manager, Matt Archambault. Matt is we're very proud to have Matt finally come back home to us. So.
Good morning. My name is Matt Archambault, and as Dave said, we as Verso have been at this for some time, and even though the faces of the leadership in our company has changed, we've been committed to this for an extended period of time now, and are very glad to see that it's now becoming a reality. I think it's a great example, as Dave mentioned, of what we can accomplish when we have candid dialogue and then work creatively together to come up with solutions to some of the challenges we have. This project actually began, as Dave mentioned earlier, in 2010 when the council asked us a question around what keeps us up at night, and one of the key things for us is having well-trained people to staff our facility going forward in the future. So I'd like to thank Roger Raymond and now Mike Brennan, Dave Milan, the Bucksport Council, the school superintendent Jim Boothby, all the folks at EMC, and that's where the idea was born. So now it's our job to successfully implement what we've laid out, and we're really excited to know that the first classes are going to get underway here in just a little bit over a month. And we are very proud as a company to say that Sarah Wood, one of our engineers, will be one of the instructors at that first set of courses. And before I introduce Nancy Koska, our HR manager, I'd like to extend one more thanks, and that's a thanks to Bill Cohen. He's been the person in our leadership that's really been involved with this since the idea was formed and has helped move this thing along. So I thank Bill.
Good morning. My name is Nancy Koska, and I'm the Human Resource Manager at the paper mill here. As everybody's already indicated, the age of our workforce was one of the prime drivers, the things that are concerning us. We have a large population of people who are approaching retirement, and the average age right now at the mill is 56 years old. The question that came up was, how do we replace that knowledge and that experience in a short period of time as we start to lose folks? And this program goes a long way to meet that need and help us identify and train bright young people to help us fill those vacancies as they occur. Of course, the science of paper making has changed, as we talked about earlier. It's not our grandfather's paper mill, it's not the father's paper mill anymore. A lot of technology has changed. With this, we wanted to, the new path forward in transferring knowledge, we want to thank the town of Bucksport, RSU 25, and EMCC for their energy in helping to create this program. And again, Bill Cohen as well from the mill. He's done a wonderful job helping us. The good news is the program can help high school students be able to complete their high school education and receive a 2-year degree in 5 years versus the regular 6 years, which give them a jump start in their careers as well. And as we talked about earlier, to try to keep people in the area working here at the mill. We look forward to a long and rewarding relationship with our partners.
And representing those future employees of the mill is Dan Clifford, who is the principal of the Bucksport High School, representing RSU 25. Dan?
Yeah, and representing RSU 25, I first want to say thank you to all the people that are here today and all the people that made this happen. It was a terrific process, something we had started, as you know, as was said before, 2 years ago. And see it to come to fruition today is really exciting. Students that we have at the high school, I think a lot of them are looking for an excuse to go to college and come back to Bucksport and live because of the community that they really love. I think that this program is going to get bigger and bigger each year because of that. Our students really enjoy it here, and to have a good paying and good job right out of college for a 2-year program is really, really exciting to them. And we're excited to keep working with these partners and watching the program grow.
Yeah, we did that in a timely fashion. I'm going to certainly open it up to any questions that you may have, but before I do that, I'll just give you a quick kind of overview of this program. Is that when the mill said that they needed some help with the future workforce, we wanted to figure out how we could actually do that, how could we promote it and make the whole thing as successful and actually make it as into a win-win situation. And we did that by partnering with Eastern Maine Community College and said, we need to develop a 2-year associate's degree program that will specifically meet the needs of the Bucksport mill. So the Bucksport Town Council paid, as you heard earlier, to create a DACM, or the creation of the curriculum. So the curriculum was built specifically with this mill in mind. It talked with the line workers, it talked with middle management, upper management, everyone within the mill that said, what does an entry-level person need to look like? What do they need to know? What do they need to do in order to be able to come in here and be productive, and where they're going to be offered a job that's going to pay a livable wage, a good livable wage, and with the benefits that they need, with a good company. We talked with RSU 25 and said we want to be able to get a jump start on that, and how can we create that with the help of the community college as well. So as I said, as the years have been going over this, it sounds like a long time, the 3 to 4 years it's been taking to do this, but there's been a lot of work going on during that time period. We were able to create a dual enrollment program so that those kids can get those college credits towards this degree while they're still attending high school, and then be able to finish this and help that and get that. Lastly was the financial side of it, and what the Bucksport Town Council said was that we're willing to pay the tuition for those students who are in the RSU 25 district. to give them this opportunity. So it is a rather unique opportunity to create that win-win situation. And then lastly is that, how we funded that, or how the town of Bucksport funded that, is by using TIF funds that were created as part of an earlier expansion with the mill. So as I said, it's a mechanism that has helped the mill grow. It's encouraged the mill to reinvest in itself with the uses of the TIF. Frankly, without those TIFs, those decisions are much harder to make, and we're able to use those funds to help the citizens of the region as well. So if there are any questions, I'd be more than glad to answer them. So
Well, I got
go right
a
ahead.
few questions here. Can you explain what's involved in the program at the college? Is it 60 hours of credits or?
It's a 62 credit hour program,
62 credit hour program.
and it has about 30 general education courses, and those are the critical. Can I answer?
Yeah, I want you to.
Okay, I'm sorry. Didn't ask you. It involves a lot of the things I talked about: soft skills, writing skills, critical thinking skills, mathematics, a lot of STEM issues. That we have some science mixed in there with the gen ed, and then there are very specific pulp and paper technology courses that are designed specifically for Verso.
How many credit hours of,
Larry, could I ask you to come up here just because you're being televised here today too, so.
Oh, geez.
how many of the 62 credit hours are specifically designed for pulp and paper?
30 credits. At least I think it's 32, but so that's approximately 10 courses, 10 specific specialized courses.
And the 6 students coming from RSU 25?
Well, right now, they're all from this area, from the RS
Do you have the
25.
names of those students?
Well, we have one of the, we have to ask for that student's permission, but we do have those names of the students. In fact, we invited one to come to us today, but they're actually working at Hannaford's this morning. He has to earn his money, so maybe for his tool.
It's also important to point out, one of the questions I got this morning was, could somebody who's not a high school student that is on this program? And the answer is
Absolutely, yes.
Yes, make contact with Eastern Maine Community College.
Absolutely. To call that, it's 974-4621, and that's the enrollment center, but actually, and that's very important too, because there are many people that are underemployed that may want to go back to school, or unemployed from this region and wants to do that. And I think that's going to be our challenge, is to get that word out, all of us collectively as partners, that there are positions open, there will be openings. The average age is 56. We'll be losing 40% of the workforce, and there's needs. And that's what we need to get that word out, and very good paying jobs. So-
Just adding on that, is that not only are the students who have already graduated who may want to participate in this, but there may be students that are outside of this area, outside of the RSU district, that want to participate in this. They can do that as well. They have to pay the tuition to the community college.
Okay. I have a question for Mr. Clifford about the dual enrollment program. Can you kind of explain a bit more about that, how that works?
So we started dual enrollment last year, and what it looks like is we have teachers at Bucksport High School right now that are considered on staff at EMCC, a couple, along with some other colleges in Maine. But we started working with the EMCC first, and so students can take a course from those teachers and receive Bucksport High School credit, along with receiving Eastern Maine Community College credit. So when they graduate, they'll have a transcript from Bucksport High School and a transcript from Eastern Maine Community College.
So that counts towards the 62 credits that
Yes,
Yes. Yep.
And those are all vetted, both the other schools, I don't want to spend those other schools, the University of Southern Maine and Maine Maritime. And they all have to be vetted by our faculty, so they have to meet the criteria to teach at the college level. So they all have to have masters and so forth. So there's been a significant vetting process
Yeah.
on both ends. And the curriculum, if say the English 101 course, has to mirror the English 101 course on campus, so for quality purposes.
Yeah. And our adjunct professors, which are part of there, they go to some trainings during the spring and during the fall also.
How many of the 6 students were involved with the dual program?
2 that are going this year, yeah.
And when I spoke to you in the spring, and we talked about there was 2 that was going to, how did the other 4 come about?
Yeah, I'm not sure yet. That was the first time I heard of the 6. I knew of the 2 that were that graduated in the class of 2013, and I just learned of the other 4 today.
We can follow up with you.
Okay. That's all I got.
Yeah, good questions. Anyone else?
I'll pull someone aside.
Okay. Dawn, anything that you want to add to it? All right, thank you very much, folks, for taking the opportunity to come out in this lovely weather today.